Well, the last time the show Roseanne was on the air, scientists cloned Dolly and Steve Jobs was running Apple for a second time.
Well, now, 21 years later, ABC is rebooting the sitcom, and while the faces, the set, all look kind of the same, there are some very obvious political differences.
Look, she promised that she would get along, and knowing the both of you, I'm guessing you're the one keeping this feud alive.
What's up, deplorable?
I don't have time for this.
Knee still giving you trouble, Roseanne? Why don't you get that fixed with the new health care all you suckers got promised?
It works good enough to kick your snowflake.
Scott Nevins joins us now from San Francisco. He's a TV host and pop culture expert. Scott, thank you for being with us. Okay,
Hi.
The big talker in all of this is that on-screen and off-screen, Roseanne, Trump voter and Trump supporter, you very publicly stated that is why you will not watch the rebooted version.
Yeah, you know, I wrote an op-ed about this for New Now Next, and I was very specific, though. I didn't say I wasn't watching because Roseanne is a Trump supporter. I said because she's a very specific kind of Trump supporter, one who peddles in conspiracy theories like Pizzagate and Seth Rich's death. And I just cannot support someone who spreads such vile, disgusting hate.
And so you've taken this position. I'm wondering, generally, as you're out there speaking to people, what the reaction is to your principled stand, because these days people will just watch anything if it makes them feel good.
Yeah, it's been really fascinating. I expected a lot of blowback from this. Just people saying, you know, you're so close-minded. I was blown away by how many people were like, thank you for finding the words that I couldn't find for myself to express to my friends who are watching. Now, on the flip side, I was just checking out my Twitter, and I see a lot of my liberal friends who tuned in because they, like me, love the original. And, you know, and they said it was interesting that it didn't fulfill that desire for the original that we all have. And they, you know, some of them said the laughs did not land well. Some of them said they liked it. So listen, I mean, it's art. Everyone's going to have an opinion. But for me, it's not about the show. I'm not saying, you know, she can't do a show. I'm saying when the star and namesake of your show sort of peddles in such awful stuff, I can't do it. And I can't even bring myself to, you know, when we were listening to that opening segment, it brought me such nostalgia. It made me sad that I'm not going to watch it.
Okay, well, Roseanne talked about the whole Trump issue when she was on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Listen to this.
One of the things on the show, which I know like a lot of the television critics got very excited about, the fact that Roseanne Connor is a Trump supporter on the show.
Well, she did vote for the president.
She voted for the president.
Yep, she did.
And she, and that is part of, I don't want to give anything away, but that's part of the dynamic with you and your family on that show. Now,
yeah, and in real life. It's like everybody's family is pissed off at each other for one thing or the other.
Isn't this kind of in the tradition of the old Roseanne, in the sense that they're breaking ground, dealing with contemporary issues, which are also controversial?
You know, back in the day, yes, she was quite progressive, but I think this narrative of, you know, Roseanne was saying, you know, I really want the show to display a family coming together even though they have political differences, and we shouldn't judge each other and we should respect each other. To me, sounds hypocritical from somebody who supports Donald Trump, who literally ran on badgering people on who they support, what they believe, and who they voted for. And so it always stings of hypocrisy for me.
Scott, let me give you a chance to answer a question or a statement made about a commentary of the times we live in, that people now are just, you know, there are those who will watch anything, but then there's the flip side of those who will only watch what kind of reaffirms their own beliefs. It's all about, you know, the echo chamber, and that, you know, we're not willing to watch things that challenge us or make us feel uncomfortable. What do you say to that?
I think that's very true for Fox News viewers. I think my list of liberal friends on social media sort of proves that point wrong, right? Like, they tuned in tonight and they're saying, I think we need to listen to the other side. And let me be clear, I do too. I was just in Mississippi this weekend, in Starkville, Mississippi, and I went out and spoke with people and said, you know, how do you feel about how Donald Trump is doing? Are you benefiting from this presidency? And the resounding answer was actually more no than yes. A lot of people are not happy. So this narrative that Roseanne is pushing about, well, my real life politics and the character, and it blurs the line, to me, it's just, you know, she's on Gab, that social media network, which is for people who got kicked off of Twitter because they broke the rules. You know, it's just, I used to love the old Roseanne because she was progressive, and now I'm not a fan because she's vile and she's regressing to make America great.
We're out of time. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Good to see you guys.